A brand new study is out about why people quit their GLP-1 medications, and the answer is not going to be what you suspect. This study was published in JAMA Network Online. It was conducted by Truveta out of Bellevue, Washington, along with the University of Pennsylvania. They looked at 125,000 medical records in the United States over a period of time of people who took GLP-1 medications not for diabetes to determine why they walked away from the medication. And while yes, side effects were a factor, it is not what they found as the predominant factor. What they found as the predominant factor was accessibility and affordability, something we all talk about all the time here in the GLP-1 community. That was the major barrier. They could literally see that the income levels of people who persisted on these medications were higher than those that did not. And that should not shock us, because we know that only 1% of ACA plans cover these medications, that Medicare right now is still not covering these medications, that states and insurance companies are dropping the medications from their formularies. And if you are able to buy name brand Wegovy or Zepbound, it's going to be well over $1,000 without the coupon. These medications are literally a story of the haves and the have-nots. And ironically, in this country, the poorer you are, the more likely to suffer from the disease of obesity. The Biden administration has recommended that Medicare cover these medications. The Trump administration has not said how they're going to go on that rule. They'll still have to figure out how they're going to pay for it, but it's going to be really fascinating over the next few months to see where that goes. Because if Medicare does start to cover these medications, oftentimes what happens with Medicare then leads the insurance companies to follow suit. This article from USA Today does a wonderful job of talking about the accessibility issues. I highly recommend it. But when it comes down to it, the major factor was accessibility and affordability, followed by things like side effects and being a slow responder. I don't think these are any shocks to us here in the GLP-1 community, but I do think it's shocking to the public, because if you listen to the media, it's all about the side effects, and why people quit are the side effects. But in reality, it's that they can't often afford the medication, or it gets dropped from their insurance plans, and they don't want to quit it, but they have to quit it. I will drop a link to this article. I definitely recommend checking it out and learning more about this JAMA study, which I think will help change some of the media narrative around these medications. Let's hope.